Hi, I'm Jeff Moisan with Home Group Realty. Today I'm going to provide you with a Guelph housing market report as we now have the data and stats in for the year in review 2018. This year was marked by a modest price increase, which was much lower than the 21% increase that we saw in 2017. So let's take a deeper dive into these stats. Now it's important to note that for the Guelph housing stats of 2018, my brokerage and I use median figures. So when it comes to sales price and days on market, we're talking about median. There's a number of different ways you could slice up the stats, and you may be seeing different stats from different sources, but that's how we go about doing it, as we feel it's the most accurate way. But what's really important is how it affects you. So we're not talking about neighborhood stats here, and if you're really interested to know how the stats affect you and your home, it's really important to sit down with a professional, and I'd be happy to go over neighborhood stats and comparable market data for your house in particular. Now with that in mind, let's take a look at some of the key metrics for 2018. The median sales price of all homes in Guelph is now at $477,500, which is up just by about 0.7%. The median days on market is now at 16 days, which is up by 5 days from the previous year. So now it's taking almost a week longer to sell your house, but fortunately we're still just over the 2-week mark, so it's still not taking too long to sell the average home in Guelph. Number of sales in 2018 is down by a pretty significant amount, by 10.6%. So we had just over 2,000 sales in the city in 2018. The number of listings in 2018 is down by just 2.3%, and we had about 3,000 listings in the city last year. So those are some pretty interesting numbers. Given the fact that the number of listings are only down by a little bit, and the total number of sales are down by over 10%, I think that's what's showing us why that there's such a modest increase relative to the 21% increase that we saw in 2017. So the interesting thing to note is that we're still in a very strong seller's market, just not nearly as strong as we were a year ago. Now there's a couple of other interesting things to note. There were fewer homes sold in 2018 in Guelph than there were in the previous 5 years. So that'll be an interesting trend to follow for 2019 to see if it continues on that trend or whether we start to see an increase of sales again. Another key thing to note is that the Bank of Canada increased the rates by three different times in 2018. And the first opportunity they had to increase the rates in 2019, they declined to do so. They didn't think the market was ready for it. So they could increase the rates again in the spring, but that's yet to be determined. I hope you found this video useful and informative. If so, please subscribe to the link below, as I'll be coming out with more statistics in the future as we progress throughout the year, and more information for both buyers and sellers. Thanks for joining me today, and again, if you're interested to know how the stats affect your house, please feel free to give me a call.